brushless ESC, Fern Solo, Spectrum 6274 RC wheel, Lexan body, Dual RC frame rails, D&D Sports. Welcome back to TandemCTelevision Studios here in Studio B. We are back in Studio B because I think I've got the audio corrected for the channel moving forward. As you can see, I'm now using what was going to be just our voiceover mic. This was the mic and board and setup just to do voiceovers with. But because the mic was so bad in the camera, if you guys have been with us, you guys that have been with us for a while, know the audio got pretty bad on this channel because the audio in on my camera, the jack actually went bad, and I was having to use the mic inside the camera, which was pretty bad, as y'all could tell. So I've switched over to this. I finally got this set up to work. So there's been a little delay in the updates. I've been trying to get all this straightened out. I wanted to get you guys' opinion on how this sounds. Does this sound a lot better than it did before? Actually, does it sound good? Is this good enough to move forward with? We'll do intros and whatnot right here from Studio B, and then I can just voice over all the work that we do. Let me know how this sounds. With that out of the way, let's get back to why we're really here for this update, and that's getting back to work on the vehicles for CCG 2084, starting with the TRX-Z. For those that are new to the channel, the TRX-Z is actually a Traxxas TRX-4 that we've turned into the TRX-Z. We put the Z on the end for zombie killer. So basically, this is going to be, I guess what you could say, the main character of CCG 2084, a series that's going to be coming to the channel. This is going to be like the main character in that series. And it's going to be taken out into the world in an apocalyptic world where there's an outbreak, which we'll just go ahead and call them zombies. But basically, it's an outbreak that's out into the world. But the guys in the garage have to go out into this world and source parts so they can build vehicles for other communities within this world. And this is one of the vehicles, or the main vehicle, that they will be using out there. So they've called it the TRX-Z, again, standing for Zombie Killer. Now, what I thought we'd do is take a quick look, or just a quick overview of where we're at so far with the TRX-Z. We've actually almost completed this build. There are a few items left that we need to get done on it. I think we'll take a look at that also. We'll talk about what's left to be done, what's left to button up, the few items left to button up on the TRX-Z so that we could call this a complete project. Now, back when we were originally working on this, months ago when we were originally working on the TRX-Z, you guys actually gave me a lot of great ideas as far as moving forward with this build. So what I thought we'd do is not only do this quick overview for those who are new to the channel, but also as you're kind of watching along and those ideas strike you, leave them down in the comments for me. I have some ideas what I want to do with the TRX-Z, but you guys have some stuff that I never even thought about that really great ideas, but leave those down in the comments below. But for now, let's just take a quick look at where we're at so far with the TRX-Z. Again, the base we started with was a TRX-4. Now, all that's really left of this Traxxas is the frame rails and the running gear. We also use some of the wheels and tires, but there's really not much left of the Traxxas. Starting with the body, we replaced the body with a Raptor hard body. Now, we've done a lot of painting to it, including adding the shop logo to the doors, a bit of a camouflage look, and just a lot of weathering. We really wanted to make it look used, like it's been out in the apocalyptic world and banged around. It's been bounced off of a lot of different zombies, a lot of scratching, and just a lot of wear to the body itself. And then also there's been armor added to it. So, of course, while doing all these things, you're going to need armor to help protect the guys inside as they're out in the apocalyptic world. So we added some armor to the front windshield, basically replaced the entire front windshield with armor. And then also the side windows, and I put in some mesh in the side windows so that we could actually see inside. So when we start filming the series, we'll be able to see the characters inside the truck. And then we've armored the back windows also. And then as far as armoring also, up front we've got a huge plow that we built as a front bumper. The idea of this was there's just a big, huge bumper shaped like a plow that if you have hordes of zombies that you need to get through, well, you can literally just plow right through them. So we added a front plow along with a little blood splatter and whatnot up front. And then we also added a bumper out back, just a kind of a tube style bumper in back. But that was mounted to an entire cage that we built. This was built out of just some scrap pieces I had around the shop. But we were able to build a full cage that'll give us some area to strap different items to, so when they're out and picking things up, they'll be able to tie down some stuff in the back on the little flatbed bed locations. Now we'll also be pulling a trailer, so I've got a trailer we're also working on that we'll pull behind the truck for when they find the different parts they're looking for. They'll be able to throw them in the trailer. But I also wanted to add, like I said, some area in the cage itself to be able to tie strap things down to. Now, but also this cage is very important because it holds a big rocket launcher. So this is going to be used. It's actually mounted on a servo, so it's going to be able to rotate. They can use these rockets to launch at zombies, or maybe even other rival groups out in the world. They have ways to protect themselves. Speaking of ways to protect themselves, or basically the guns on this, we have one large front gun also, which we'll take a little bit closer look at when we look at the interior. But I was going to mention, I'm still not happy with the barrel on this gun, so I think we're going to be doing some modifications to this gun. We'll talk about that later also when we talk about things that's to come yet on this truck. But we're also going to have some pop-up guns that come out of the hood. And then I'm thinking about we had talked about turning the side windows into pop-out guns also. So that's something else we'll talk about here in just a bit. Now, the whole body itself, all of this is just held on with magnets. So just 4 magnets, 2 in the back, 2 in the front, hold the entire body on so that it's easy to remove and put back on, so that when we're filming, we can easily pull characters in and out or make changes that we need to with the body on or off. Now, as far as the interior is concerned, we did build a full custom dash. This entire dash was either built out of styrene or parts we had around the shop, just kind of a scrap bin dash that we put together that I think turned out pretty good. And we also put in some seating both for the driver and the gunner. It's kind of, it's not, I don't know what you call it, like off-centered seating. 1 seat for the driver, 1 seat for the gunner. And the driver himself actually has a computer that there's a little LED in there that we still got to get all this wired up. But there's an LED in there, so the screen is actually going to be lit. It'll give us some light on the interior. And then we have the large gun, like I was mentioning, which I think is going to get some more work. But the passenger will be the gunner, I guess you could say, on this side of the truck. But it is mounted again on a servo, so we'll be able to control the gun as we're filming. And basically, the mount for the gun we made look like a toxic waste barrel, which I think turned out pretty cool. I really like the way that looks. Now, this is basically what we've got done so far on the truck. The main things we have left to do, which isn't much, but mainly what we have to do is button up all the wiring. So that includes the servos, get it all binded to the controller. We have a 6-channel controller for this, so we'll have plenty of channels to control all the different servos. I definitely want to add lighting, so we need to add lighting up front, out back, and on the interior. So I want the interior to be able to be lit also, so when the guys pull up to Willie's Bar and Grill or whatever, the lights can be on and you can actually see inside the truck for all the guys from the shop coming in and going into wherever they're going. So I definitely want to add lighting on the interior. But I think that's the 2 main areas that we've got to get finished up. Is basically just the servos and the lighting. And unless you guys can think of anything, of course, leave me the comment down below if you think of something I'm forgetting. I think that's really all we have left to do to get the TRX-Z completely finished, and we can actually start filming it. Well, this update has unfortunately taken quite a while to put together, mainly because of all the technical issues that I finally got sorted out. But because of that, I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and head back over to the workshop. I'm going to go ahead and get started finishing up the TRX-Z so we can have it completely finalized, and we'll take a look at it in the next update, because YouTube really doesn't like it if you don't upload regularly to your channel. So I need to get this video edited and uploaded for you guys to watch. I hope you enjoyed what I was able to get together. I hope the audio and all the technical issues are much better, makes the viewing a little more pleasurable for you guys, a little bit easier to watch. But I'm going to go ahead and head over to the workshop, get back to work. Remember, if you'd like to support the channel, check the description down below for your caffeine needs and for any of your CA glue needs. Got links down there that'll help support the channel. Of course, there's also the Patreon page. Or you can just hit that join button down below and join the members of the channel. I always post, or I don't always, but I try to regularly post to the, what is it even called? The members only uploads. Anyways, I post photos and behind the scenes kind of stuff for the members to see. If that's something you're interested in, hit that join button down below. Thanks for joining me. Hit the like button. That's the best way you can help this video and the channel. Hit the subscribe button. That's another good way. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.